Game, Warriors, Mavs. Amari, I'll start with you.
Yep.
Steph Curry, 3.5 threes, over or under?
Over. I'm going over. I'm taking the over. I think he's going to be aggressive tonight. He's going to want to win game 2 for sure. And I do think Steph will get over 3.5.
Wow, he only had 21 in the last game, but he's always dangerous from 3. Seth, Klay Thompson, 20.5 points, over or under?
I'm going to say he's going to go under a lot because I think Steph Curry's going to be really aggressive. I think Jordan Poole's going to get his shots. He doesn't get as many touches, as many shots. Obviously, he's great off the basketball. I don't think he gets 20.5. I think he gets about 17.
Okay.
But I think the Warriors win.
All right. How about this one? Legs, Luka Doncic, 31.5 points, over or under?
Yeah, I'm taking the over. I'm betting on this guy's greatness in this game. I think individually, he's going to put up a big number tonight. And I think eventually Golden State's going to be forced to have to try to get to those three-point shooters. But I think Luka is going to have a different mindset at the start of this game. He's going to set the tone as a scorer, I think, for the Dallas Mavericks, and then let his playmaking come as a result.
I like that. All right. I want to see a big game from Luka. And by the way, the Heat's going to be on Luka for this one because Luka obviously didn't have the game he wanted in game 1. Game 2, Dallas needs it to be a different story. So you put together some tape on how the Warriors made Luka's life miserable in game 1.
He had only 6 field goals, 7 turnovers. How did they do it? Because I thought the Warriors committed a second defender to him. Pressure on the basketball. Point of pickup was hard, but see right there. Anytime 2 came together, they were going to track. You see the guys on the weak side. I call that a weak side eye. They're going to help with the roller. And then Draymond Green's right in that gap. He gets a deflection, stay between the ball and the basket, another defender. And then point of pickup again at half court. Great pressure on the basketball. Here comes Steph Curry. Good pressure on the ball, forcing him left. Once again, Draymond Green in the gap between the ball and the basket. Here's the deflection and the steal, and they get out from transition. I think that Golden State's ability to commit a second defender, and Legs talked about this earlier. If you're going to do that, then Luka's got to win. He's got to get rid of that thing and find an open shooter, and that guy's got to be shot ready. He's got to be down and ready to shoot the ball. Number 2, he's got to be more aggressive. Luka, right from the beginning, they're going to pressure you, just go at your guy. But you've got to get into offense sooner. They're turning him multiple times, deeper into the clock, and he's not getting paint touches. Brunson had more paint touches than Luka did.
That's amazing to me. But Legs, we say he's got to be more aggressive, but this Warriors team is so deep, so multifaceted, offensively, defensively. Will that win the day for Luka?
Well, yeah, Golden State is fast, and that's the thing that they were able to accomplish in Game 1, and Phoenix could not at any point in that series. They were able to get extra people in his path, even if it was just a stunt with a hand and trying to get a hand on the ball or commit full body and still recover the three-point shooter. So Golden State was flying all over the court. They played with the desperation you would expect a team to play with at the start of the series. I think here's the key with Luka for me in Game 2. We talk all the time about how you can't speed him up, and we say it in a positive way because he's so strong and controlled with the ball. But sometimes you need to speed yourself up, and I thought Luka played too slow. He needs to be more decisive at the point of attack and be more aggressive in setting the tone for his team, letting those role players know, hey, I am here tonight. I'm in a good place. It allows guys to settle in and be a little bit more comfortable and stay in their lane. So look for him, I think, to have 12 to 15 point first quarter. I think that's going to be his mindset.
So, Amari, do you think that Mavs, they got to win 4 of the next 6 to go to the finals? Can they do it?
It's going to be difficult. I don't think they can do it. It's going to be a difficult task. No, because I think Golden State's just there's just a team that's been there, done that. They're battle proven. They've won championships before with their core guys. It's going to be a tough task for Luka to get there. But now Luka will have a dominant game, I'll assume.
Why?
In Game 2, because he's going to look at the film and see what he did wrong and see areas where he can improve and affect the game in a positive way. He's going to go through after a shoot around. He's going to watch a little bit more film. He's going to speak to Jay Kidd about what he can do to insert himself a little bit more, and then he'll come out of Game 2 with a more aggressive approach, as Lex was saying.
Okay, I want to get some game picks on this series. Seth, I'll start with you. Who's going to win?
No, I think the Warriors win this game. They protect home court. I just think they have more ways to move the defense. I think even though Game 7 from Phoenix, go right to San Francisco, it's tough. Look, the preparation for Golden State's just too tough. Their off-ball action, their ability to share the basketball space to court, their floor gamers, their shot makers, too tough a matchup for them.
Mario, who you got?
I got Warriors.
Okay.
And the reason being, when it comes to the postseason, it's a team that's in the best shape If your cardiovascular has to be at a high level, and if you are in top shape, then that limits your ability to now be tired mentally, right?
Yeah.
You don't have those mental laps because you're in great shape. And I think Golden State Warriors is the better team that's in the best shape, and I think they're going to win.
Legs, game two, who wins?
Yeah, I think Golden State, they settled in game one. They did what they had to, but I think they hold home court. I just think they've got too many shot makers, too many weapons. This is a different team to defend than Dallas did in the previous two series. We're talking so much about Golden State defending Luka. I think Golden State wins this series on the other end of the floor. They've got too many guys that can hurt you as big-time scorers. And, there are nights Andrew Wiggins is your fourth best offensive player, and he made the All-Star team this year. So that's how good and deep they are on that end, and I just think it's too much for Dallas to cover. As good as they've been defensively in the playoffs, this is a totally different level of defense with the amount of communication that takes place. I think Golden State wins game two as well.
You're right, but you know what, guys? I got to go the other way and pick the Mavericks for this game. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. And it's not just Luka is the best player left in these playoffs, but it's everything you guys are saying. He's going to look at the tape and come back even stronger. Legs, you're saying he's going to go over 31.5 points because he's going to be more aggressive. What you're saying, Coach, about having to get him more involved, more aggressive in the post, passing to his teammates. And that's where it lies for me. If Jalen Brunson and Spencer Dinwiddie can have one of those go-off nights, both of those guys, they can win this game. And I have faith in Jason Kidd and this team. We count them out over and over again. We did against Phoenix. They can win this game. I'm picking you, Matt. Fine, his ankles aren't actually really broken. Boston dominated the Heat, earning their 5th road win by 25 or more points in the postseason in franchise history. And it was their largest road win in the conference finals or later. But the C's did go on to lose the series after 2 of those previous 4 wins. That's the history. This Celtics team, though, looks amazing. So, guys, Seth, let me ask a binary question here. Was this outcome more about good Celtics or bad Heat?
I think it was good Celtics. I mean, look, it's somewhere in between, but it is good Celtics. Celtics are a tough matchup right now. When the Celtics are healthy, and you've got Marcus Smart, an elite defender that could facilitate, takes pressure off of Tatum. When you have Al Horford who could stretch the defense, and then you have a 7-man rotation where the pieces fit, along with Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who are matchup nightmares for the Heat. To me, it's more about the Celtics, and now that P.J. Tucker might be out, it's really about the Celtics.
That's key. And then, Legs, what did you make of how the Heat played in this game? I mean, they looked so good in that second half in game one. This was a different story.
Totally different story, and I think what it comes down to is that Miami could not guard them in the first half. And Boston came out laser-focused, very professional approach to how they came into this game. I love the fact that during that first game in the third quarter, I love that Ime Udoka called timeout, got in everybody's face as they were coming off the floor, because that told me he was going to also do that in the film session after the game because of how bad that third quarter was in game one. And they respond to him. So he's able to get into them a little bit and challenge them, and you saw the response. So this was much more about Boston. Clearly, Miami has a couple guys that haven't played their best yet in Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo, and they're going to need that. But this is more about Boston's versatility, their depth, their shot making, their defensive versatility. This was about the Celtics making a statement that they were not satisfied with losing game one when they felt they outplayed them for most of that game.
Yeah, great point. And you mentioned Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero and those guys. And Amari, we were talking about this on the break. What surprised you most about the Heat here, and especially Bam Adebayo?
Well, that's my thing. I think Bam Adebayo is, he's a guy that can be a difference maker, right? I mean, he was in argumentative conversations about being one of the best defensive players in the league for a few years. He's a potential all-star kind of guy.
Said he should have won Defensive Player of the Year.
Right,
Go ahead.
exactly. And so that's what I'm saying. And so he has the most potential in this space in order to affect the game in a positive way. But we need him to be more assertive, right? We need to give him the ball more. We need him to be more efficient in the paint. I mean, 6 shots, 6 points. He does all the intangibles as well. He rebounds the ball. He makes sure the ball moves on the perimeter from going side to side. Right. So he's our guy. He's my guy. I think that if he steps up big time in game two, it would give the Heat a better chance.
So you didn't see enough urgency from him?
I didn't see it. And that's something I wanted to see more. It's a concern for me because in the playoff game like this, in this magnitude at home, you would want your star player to be more dominant in that game.
Do they need to
didn't
play
see that.
through him more, though? I mean, like, I understand he can rebound the ball, he can bust it out in transition. He's got to get to the offensive glass. Bigs can get the ball because they can just chase it on the glass and get second chances.
Yep.
Do they need to find a way, especially now, maybe with Tucker out, to play through him more?
Absolutely. You got to find a way to make him assertive in the post. And I think it's if he finds a way to establish his positioning and they can get the ball to him